Hi Leo, my sons, ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you haven't got your Mindset, Magic or Tribal Tuesday seat, you can do so on the link in the description box below. And on the 1st of February for £11, the price of a couple of coffees, I am running a purpose alignment activation session as a webinar on the 1st of February. If you want to get your seat, spaces are limited. Please check out the link in the description box below. And as if that wasn't enough, the retrograde survival kit is currently £10 off, and obviously Mercury goes retrograde. The first retrograde of 2020 is upon us. So I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path, or should I say us, to our highest vibrational good. Let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for us Leos. And this week we get the Tower card in our actions, right? So this is interesting because the first card out for the weekly general, this suggests to me that this week, Leo, we've got our finger on the pulse. This is about us tapping into the energy that is surrounding us, moving with it and going with it. The fact that you've got this in your actions and path ahead, this feels for me like you're riding the wave, right? This is about you riding the energy and just saying, you know what, I'm open to whatever comes and I will ultimately work with and deal with everything that comes up as it arises. This is on your path, right? So it suggests that maybe some big news, possibly a secret may be shared, or maybe you're divulging somebody to something. Maybe you're about to change a path in some way, shape or form. You may very well be about to make a big leap, or maybe even a sideways move that nobody sees coming. This is a really interesting energy as well, actually, because whenever you see the Tower card, it can go either way. When you're talking about the shadow side of the Tower, it can signify, catastrophe, like something catastrophic is about to go on. And that's not to scare you or to fearmonger, because when we talk about catastrophic, sometimes it could just be that somebody comes and tells you something that completely rocks your world. So it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be a physical event. On the other side of it, the Tower card representing Uranus is all about freedom. It's about liberation. It's that moment where something in our lives cracks or ends and then we just kind of go, fuck it, that was never part of it anyways. And then you arrive at this whole new understanding or awareness. So sometimes the Tower card comes in to liberate you. The fact that you've got it on your actions and path means that in some way, shape or form this week, you are looking to liberate yourself. This is about you taking life by the short and curlies and saying, you know what, let's do this and we're going to do it my way. Awesome. Communications with the world at large. What? Look at, right, so as interesting as it's going to be is as light and bright as it's going to be. And look at this. This really suggests to me, Leo, because this is in your communications and conversations, right? This is going to be some very sudden good news that just shows up out of the blue. In some way, shape or form this week, something is going to happen for you that is going to put you on absolutely cloud nine, and it's going to make you go, holy crap, I never in a million could have imagined ... This is going to be a great week for you. And I really do feel like, a lot of people talk about courage with the Leo, but there's also a lot of bravery under there as well. Very often Leos will do things that, in their mind, they might be like, oh, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, but they'll do it anyway. And it looks like whatever bravery or courage you're demonstrating this week really pays off in a big, very dynamic way. But communications look blessed. There's some really good news coming your way. And like I said, it could be really sort of out of the blue. Money and materials. We've got the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the Seven of Cups is a card of confusion. Sometimes it sees you spreading yourself too thin. This is not a week for you to make big sweeping financial commitments. especially because the Tower is in close proximity. This is a week actually for you to start looking at your finances, your budget, and start asking yourself, where can I streamline this and where can I make it more it's not about being more flexible, actually. It's about being less flexible and being more rigid, maybe being a bit more regimented when it comes to the finances this month. Now, the Seven of Cups is also touching on the Sun card, not just the Tower card. So it does suggest there is relief there. It just feels for me like this week you may very well have to look at the finances. You may very well have to maybe create a budget, maybe start to let go of things that you're paying for that you don't even use. You know, this could be really you going through the bank account with a fine tooth comb and saying, look, you know what? If I haven't used it for X amounts of time, then it's obviously not serving its purpose. What's the point? All right. So keep that in mind when it comes to money this week. And then for your love and relations, you've got the High Priestess. I said to you, didn't I, with that Tower card, that a secret could be revealed to you this week. And it looks like somebody in your life this week is probably likely to cough up a big one, right? Now, that's the meaning outside of this. For love and relationships, for those of you that are single, a lot of you, it looks like you're following your intuition. It looks like somebody is about to show up out of the blue. This feels for me like for a lot of you, this isn't somebody that you know, but it kind of feels like this is the person that the universe has been hiding from you up until now. So, and that's the feeling that I get from this. It's almost like you might have, been in their vicinity for the longest time, and then all of a sudden the universe pulls the curtain back and you're like, bam, struck by this person, surprised, shocked, and then in the light of day, right? And then with the High Priestess, it's like this person is now suddenly revealed to you. For some of you, this could be a secret admirer. It could be somebody that you never even considered in that way. And then just they say to you, look, you know what? I really like you, or I really fancy you. For those of you that are partnered, it looks like you and your partner are sharing some of your deeper, it could be you and your partner sharing your fantasies. It could be you guys, really saying, look, you know what, I want to try this, or I want to do this, or I want to go there. And, it looks like you're revealing some of your secrets to each other. I think a really good one, and I suggest this to all of my friends. They all obviously think I'm a bit nuts, but whatever. All the best people are. One night when you guys are alone, especially if you have children, have a few drinks and play Never Have I Ever. Right? Just, you know what I mean? And just let it go. This could be a real week for fun, vibrancy and dynamic stuff. It doesn't have to cost anything. So if you're sitting there thinking, but this week is going to be really tight, and even though it is payday week, it's still going to be a bit tight because it's the first month of the week, month of the year, and all the rest of it. It doesn't have to cost anything. This is more about the connection between you than anything else. All right. So keep that in mind and utilize that energy. So your key to the month. This week you've got the Moon card, right? So something comes full cycle. Now, all right, your High Priestess there in relations, because your relations can be your family, all right? So this is people that you're connected to, not in a personal or intimate sense. It does look like something may be divulged. It does look like something may complete very, very suddenly or very, very quickly. Now, if you've seen the February video, you'll see all the cards that came up in it. I don't have time to go into it here, but it's going to be an interesting February for all Leos. The fact that these cards have come up here, though, there is light in whatever some of the perceived or proverbial darkness is. And the fact that we've got the Tower card with the Moon card, you could be finding out that somebody is really struggling behind the scenes. Especially because the High Priestess is there as well. This looks like somebody in your family may really be struggling with something that they haven't spoken about, that they haven't shared with anybody. There is light that can come through here, but it does, especially with these three, You know, and this is the thing with tarot. Yes, you can read the specific card for the things that I've put on the board, but when I see them in conjunction and connection like this, I can't ignore some of the bigger messages. The fact that these three come in, you could get some sort of shocking news about somebody's behavior or something that they've been doing that is either really bad for them or considered not above board in society in general. The fact that you have the moon card means that there is going to be a full cycle moment this week or some kind of reckoning. This doesn't have, I don't feel like it has anything to do with you specifically, but I think it's by an association. So this could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be, you know, a connection that you have through one of those. It kind of feels like you'll be present but maybe not necessarily involved, if that makes sense. So with that said, remember this Sun card is here, and actually some of this is gorgeous, you know, in the energy that it's coming through, but there are going to be, it looks like, a few challenges this week. You guys know me by now. I keep it real with you. I'm not going to sit here and pander to people's egos and, you know, just fluff it up and, yeah, it's all sunshine and rainbows. There is a lot of sunshine and rainbows, but it's not all that. And I would much rather tell people what I feel they need to hear as opposed to what they want to hear. That's not who I am. So with that said, you know I love you, my Ascendant brothers and sisters. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week as best as you can. Let me know in the comments if it's not too personal or too deep. Please feel free to. And if not, then just send me an email. You'd be surprised how many people do. Take care. I'll see you soon.